What is memory? Memories allow us to learn as it is the retention and expression of information, knowledge, and/or skills that have been acquired. Memories are often dictated by salience, meaning the most memorable memory is something that is important or prominent. Memory is and learning is driven by the constant retrieval of sensory or environmental input. This input describes the response of sensory organs in the nervous system. The eyes that see, the ears that hear, the skin that feels, the nose that smells, and the tongue that tastes. Sensory receptors in the nervous system absorb sensory information or stimuli from the environment at rapid speeds. These stimuli can be mechanical in nature, relating to touching and hearing. It can be chemical in nature, relating to taste and smell. Or it can be electromagnetic, relating to sight. When the sensory receptors receive this information, specialized nerve cells transmit the information through electrical signals to the brain. This sensory information is known as sensory memory. It is what we see, hear, and feel. Sensory memory has a short shelf-life, meaning it is often forgotten within seconds and is relevant to whether it is iconic, what we see, echoic, what we hear, or haptic, what we feel. Memory. The brain is then responsible for using these sensory memories to elicit responses in the form of physical activity or storing information in the form of short-term or long-term memory. The brain is the seat of all human intelligence and creativity, as every part of the brain works in harmony, performing different functions for a seemingly singular directive. There are 4 main parts of the brain that are engaged in rationing and controlling memory formation. The first of which is the amygdala, which plays a large role in regulating emotion. The amygdala is located in the medial temporal lobe anterior to the hippocampus. Since the amygdala plays a large role in regulating emotion, it also encodes memories with certain emotions to create particular responses. The amygdala also helps consolidate memories from short-term into long-term memories. Deep in the temporal lobe, the hippocampus is responsible for establishing and maintaining long-term memories. The anterior-most portion of the frontal lobe, the prefrontal cortex, plays a large role in short-term memory and working memory. Lastly, the cerebellum is known to regulate procedural or unconscious memory that is attracted to some kind of task, such as riding a bike. The cerebellum is located where the spinal cord connects to the brain. The multi-store model of memory proposes 3 systems of memory: sensory, short-term, and long-term. These distinct systems work together to form memory. Iconic memory refers to what you can see and is stored for approximately 1/3 of a second. Echoic memory is sound and is stored for around 3 to 10 seconds. And haptic memory is what we feel and lasts for 1 to 2 seconds. Sensory memory is unlimited in capacity. However, the duration of sensory memory is very short and related to the type of memory. This means that sensory memory is held for a short period of time unless it has somehow achieved our attention and has been converted into short-term memory. Short-term memory has a much smaller capacity of 7, ±2, with a duration of 10 to 20 seconds. Short-term memory can be converted into long-term memory through the process of rehearsal in the form of maintenance or elaborative rehearsal. According to this theory, long-term memory has a virtually unlimited capacity and duration. There are 2 types of memories: implicit and explicit. Most noticeably, memory is explicit and declarative. This refers to the type of memory that is responsible for retaining a general knowledge of the world and of personal events or experiences. In contrast, implicit memory is also responsible for forming habits and developing skills, which is known as implicit or non-declarative memory.